known as Ayurveda, Dr. Paritosh Bhatt.
Sadashiv Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Respected chairpersons and the learned delegates here, I think we should remember today's our three martyrs who has lost their life for our country, 23rd March 1931. The topic given to me is Ayurvedic procedures, including herbal medicines, could be helpful for the treatment of rehabilitation of cerebral palsy. I just made a small amendment and I say that Ayurveda as such, de-linked from herbalism. Ayurveda is not herbal, it is everything. I represent the Ayurveda pharmacy, which is a traditional service provider in Ayurveda healthcare since 1943. So whenever you see on Google and you type Ayurveda, the images, this is what you get. Let me assure you, this is not the Ayurveda. There are different definitions about cerebral palsy and we are listening from morning, so I don't want to say any of those. But definitely I want to bring the kind notice that how serious it is. It is impossible to give any guarantee because we don't know how it is happening, we don't know what is going on, we don't have a proper special care for it. And the modern lifestyle, the pregnancies, research data says out of 10, 8 incidences are in lower socio-economic status, and there are so many factors, but nothing is concrete. So why world is looking towards Ayurveda? It's because of too many surgeries, lot of pain, lot of money involved. Management can be done only when child is grown older, because even after different imaging techniques, we are understanding the CP very late stage. So how Ayurveda looks at it? There are certain reasons what Ayurveda says. I'm sorry, I'm going to use some Sanskrit terms behind it. It's called as Garbha Purva, that is before the conceptions. So morning we have heard about consanguineous marriages. That happens in Ayurveda. We say the Atulya Gotra, means you should not marry in your own Gotra. There's a big science behind it. Second thing is Bija Dushti, the problem in the seeds, that is sperms and ovum. Ashaya Dushti, the problem in the uterus. And Kala Dushti, the age of parents. Ayurveda says that the age of conception should be perfect. It should not be very low, it should not be very high also. Nowadays you see a lot of parents are of 35, 38 years of age, and that is not very good. And Atma Karma. See, Ayurveda is also believes that your disease can be 1 day old, 1 month old, 1 year old, or can be 1 birth old. Garbha Kalina means during the pregnancy. You have Sushruta has very beautifully explained that what a Garbhini, a pregnant woman should do. And you are not doing that, that also contributing to different diseases, different irregular food habits. You are having different krimi, or you can correlate it with some infections. You have Abhigata, that is injury, and you have Dhumapana. Morning we have seen some ladies who are actually smoking. So these are the causes. Then Prasava Kalina, during the delivery, and after the delivery, like you are not getting the proper breastfeeding, and you are not getting other, you are having some different effects. So if I don't want to tell you what is CP, and I don't want to tell you what Ayurveda can do for CP, but what I want to tell you is how Ayurveda looks at it. And for understanding that, we have to understand some basic concepts of Ayurveda, which are permission. See, our Indian philosophy always believes in 5 Mahabhutas, the basic 5 elements, which forms the universe and the human body. And how the universe is, the same way human body is. The biggest example is, you see the body heat. We see a lot of people, we say global warming is there. That effect will be there in your body as well. So we say there are 7 tissues or 7 dhatus from where, once you eat the food, nourishes the body. And there are 3 factors called as Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Hope some of you have heard about it. So the CP and any movement, any sort of movement is because of Vata. If your fan is running, it's Vata. If I am talking, it's Vata. If you're walking, it's a Vata. So any movement or not movement is due to impaired function of it. And cerebral palsy, because it is affecting all those things, it considers under Vata Vyadhi. See, our body and the universe is made up of 3 factors, 3 important factors. Shita, that is coldness, or you can say the effect of moon. Second is Snigdha, the unctuousness. And the third is optimum level of heat. For anything, optimum level of heat is needed. If you're sitting in the AC, optimum level of temperature is required. You're having an ice cream, optimum level of temperature is required. For body, 37.6 degrees centigrade. Optimum level of temperature is required, not less, not more. So the balance always is the key of life. Ayurveda also believes that your body is different srotas, different channels. It is not a particular organ system. I have read one research where it says that cells are no more the structural and functional unit of body. It says cell is mere a collection of chemical reactions. And Ayurveda says your bone itself is not a structure. It is because it is constantly changing. Your body is not the same. Every minute is changing. The destroying and new body is formed. New cells are formed. So this is the way how a pathogenesis happens in body. It is not that certain bacteria is attacking you suddenly. It happens because you are having certain food or habits which is continuing for a very long time. So for any function, any normalcy of the body, you need the free movement of the vata in the body through the channels. So if there is an obstruction, you will not have the proper nourishment. This is happening in cerebral palsy or any other diseases because there is a lack of movement. There is a lack of nourishment. Reason can be anything. So whenever this damage happens, you will lead to the, suppose I am having some damage in the hand. My hand is not moving. So I have to facilitate that structure. So in that manner, there are a number of therapies in Ayurveda which works. It is not just the medicines or it is not just the therapies. It is a combination of both. So if you give the appropriate aushadha means medicine, appropriate ahara, the food, and the appropriate vihara, that the functions. If that is balanced in a proper way, it definitely helps the different people. So in Ayurveda, we are having different therapies which actually works. For example, Abhyanga, that widely misunderstood as massage. We are having different type of sudations. We are having different type of oil treatments. We are having very specialized treatment called as Navarakedi or Navaratepu, or it's called as Shashtika Shali Pindasveda. That means it is made up of rice, some herbs, and the milk. So always when their structure is damaged, the Snehana and Swedana. Snehana means the oleation and the fomeation. These two things plays the role. You see, if you take a small twig of any plant, if it is dry, you can break it. But if it is a fresh twig, you cannot break. The same thing happens to the body. You see that in olden age, you will have cracky joints, you have the pain. But in young age, you don't have. Why? This is the reason. And I'm very sorry to say, but most of us are so much threatened with cholesterol that we do not take the ghees and other oil things. Because we think that if we take that, we'll have the cholesterol problem, we'll get the heart attack. The people who are not getting heart attack, who are not taking ghee, definitely they are getting. New Cambridge research says that if you are butter and ghee, it has nothing to do with the heart disease. The Time magazine says that eat butter, no, why scientists were wrong. But Ayurveda is telling since 5,000 years, take the ghee, but we are not taking. So this is also one of the reasons. And also research says that pure cow's ghee reduces LDL and increases HDL. It also says that the ghee only thing which crosses the blood-brain barrier. So if you can give ghee during the pregnancy, it will definitely help the mother as well as the child. So we had the total 71 cases in our hospital, what we have measured since last 5 years. As you see, the incidences are more in 0 to 10 age group, and male were 38 and female were 33. When I was looking for the different researches on CP, I found out different papers. And there was nothing concrete actually, but one interesting thing I found out is what research I was telling, that rice and Shashti Shalika Pindasveda, and this is a study which has been published in a peer-reviewed journal, IU. So there are, Ayurveda also believes that you should not believe in more of treatment, but of the prevention. So there are preventive measures. It's like before conception, by avoiding consanguineous marriages, by following the proper regimens. During pregnancy, that the regimens which is told by Sushruta, you have different, Ayurveda have a very important concept called as Dauhrida. That means a pregnant woman is called as Dauhrida because she has two hearts. One is her own and one is of the child. Now this, when she is Dauhrida, you should not restrict her from everything. Even it is bad for her, if she desires, you have to give. If definitely avoiding all alcohols. Then during labor, there are certain things like, there is one interesting thing which is called as Murdha Bhighata. That means injury in the brain due to any reasons. and during neonatal periods. So I got a small thought. I was thinking that why brain injury should happen. Now, why a person should have any forceps delivery, or you should have any other reason? Why there is a weakness in the mother? Have you ever thought about astrology? Have you ever thought about what is right, what is wrong, what is the conception, what can be the preconception thing? For your surprise, we are running one research on Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and we have found out in 27 horoscopes of DMD children are exactly same. So now there is a pattern. Now it is not just mere some thing, but it is a true science. So there can be a proper suggestions which can go beyond the dimension. That is proper and planned conception. There should be a proper Garbhini Paricharya. Means whenever you are planning to conceive, you prepare your body for it. It is like a ritual. And the role of mind. I'll tell you, every one of us having problem because our mind is not normal. Be concentrated, be calm. And definitely the astrology you have to consider, because when we see science, it is an ultimate science which can actually predict things, and you can prevent a lot of things. For a good person and for healthiness, I rather have three suggestions. One is righteousness, the right living. Second is good deeds. And third is helping others. All these qualities we are losing.
That there's a particular day for conception. That
Yes.
is the 15th of the year. So if this type of child may be born bright or something like that. So there's a particular day. And according to our conjugal life, even in science also, that you need that type of discipline. So discipline in conjugal life is the most important as far as Ayurveda is concerned.
So nowadays children are accidents, not planned. And I wanted to tell an experience about astrology. We had a patient, mother's daughter and son has same type of skin disease, same problem. And daughter became all right, son became all right, mother was not becoming all right. We tried for 1.5 months. And then we found out in her chart that there is something wrong. We did pujas for that, and within 1 week she was fine. It's a fact, because we run a research institute, and we record every data, whatever we give to the patient, and we prescribe to them. So if any point of time, if you feel that anything to required, we have a data since last 10 years. Since 2004, we have started the documentation. Over 946 conditions we have documented, and we receive patients from more than 37 countries.
When you tell about the astrology, I think you are going back to the prior to Copernicus stage, when it was considered that Earth is static and Sun is moving, and astrology believes in that. Don't say all these things in a scientific forum. Don't say. You practice in your own way, but don't say in scientific forum all these things. This is a pure science. Astrology is not a science.
I just dedicate to this because we believe in that cycle of birth and the death. And Bhagavad Gita says, Jata se dhruvam mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha, tasmada pariharatam nachu shochitam arhasi.
Thank you.